Hey, good morning. Good Friday morning. We're studying Jeremiah primarily on Wednesdays right now, and of course Jeremiah 15:4 talks about God's judgment upon Judah, and he references it all the way back to the time of Manasseh because of what Manasseh did. In yesterday's video, I talked about the sins of Manasseh. One thing that I didn't mention, the Bible says that he shed blood from one end of Jerusalem to the other. So, pretty wicked guy all the way around, so much so that decades later, God is speaking through Jeremiah and says, you're being judged now for the sins of Manasseh. And one of the things it says about Manasseh in both 2 Kings and 2 Chronicles is that he caused Judah to sin. And so, as a leader, his sin and his promiscuity, his idolatry, and his paganism led the entire nation into sin. But one thing Second Kings doesn't tell us that Second Chronicles does, and man, this is a great way to end the week and introduce the weekend, and that is that there is no one beyond God's hand of redemption. There is the Lord's arm is excuse me. Jeremiah said, the Lord's arm is not slack, that it cannot save. It's not short. It can reach anybody. He saves, as the New Testament tells us, to the uttermost. Manasseh was king. Manasseh was wicked. He did wickedness in the sight of the Lord. But Manasseh was captured by the Assyrians and deported to Babylon. The Bible says he was deported in bronze shackles to Babylon. Notice what the Bible tells us in 2 Chronicles. It said, when he was in distress, he sought the favor of the Lord his God and earnestly humbled himself before the God of his ancestors. He prayed to him, and the Lord was receptive to his prayer. He granted his request and brought him back to Jerusalem, to his kingdom. So Manasseh came to know that the Lord is God. And it goes on to tell us that Manasseh changed all of the pagan things that he had began and instituted, and brought Judah back to the worship of the Lord. Verse 16 of 2 Chron 33 says, he built the altar of the Lord and offered fellowship and thanksgiving sacrifices on it. And he told Judah to serve the Lord, the God of Israel. And so the lesson today is that no one, even the wicked King Manasseh, who is, if you ask people about Manasseh, they're going to tell you he was the most wicked king Judah ever had. But what we fail to focus on and remember is that before he died, he repented and he returned to the Lord. So can a jailhouse confession be real? Sure it can. Can a bedside profession be real? Can an 11th hour profession be real? Sure it can. It was in Manasseh's life. And yesterday, I would say that I misspoke, but it wasn't a misspeech. Misspeech implies that you know the truth and you just had the wrong thing come out of your mouth. I was just dead wrong. I said that Manasseh's reign was followed by his son Josiah. Josiah was his grandson. His son Ammon reigned behind him for 2 years. He was so wicked that his servants had him killed. So that was the story on Manasseh. So missed out on sharing one in there. But then Josiah came to rule. He was one of my favorite kings of Judah. So anyway, God can save us all. Glad he saved me. Hope he saved you. God bless. Bye bye.